No, it just went down in general. But I don't know why.
Looks like it's still going.
Mine?
Is it?
No,
No?
mine says... Oh, there it is. It's back. Weird.
Yeah, mine was
Sorry.
like some sort of like homepage.
Sorry, everybody. No, it did the same thing for me, so I don't know what happened.
Now it's frozen for me.
That's
So,
fat.
your first night goes by, and you all kind of arrange to meet. You meet in the in your room after you have another meal that night from the kitchens. Everyone's kind of leaving you alone for the most part. I mean, the ogres aren't bothering you, but nobody's really paying much attention to you either. So, you do not see the giants anymore this day, and yeah.
How many other giants have we seen here besides the king and like the two main giants? Like, I'm assuming there's more, right?
Nope, there's just those three.
Oh,
The
okay.
rest of the individuals on this are all ogres.
Yeah, I just assumed there'd be more actual ice giants in a nice giant castle.
Possibly under normal circumstances. But. So the second day comes, and you notice that actually, Issa did not come back to your room that evening. The next day, you
I'll
wake
be right
up.
back. I'm changing venues.
No problem. The next day, you wake up, and there is a note that has been left on Micaiah's chest, actually.
Like chest as
Like-
in made of wood, or chest
No,
as
on
in
her
chesticles?
chest, on her physical chest.
Okay.
Upon
It
her
was-
boobage.
It was hanging on her boobs.
Stapled.
Oh my, what is this? Oh my stars. What is this?
And it's a pretty simple note, and it basically says, like, hey, Micaiah, I knew you'd find this real quick. I'm heading out. I didn't find what I was looking for. I appreciate your help. I stole the sword that was in your bag of holding. I'm sure you'll understand.
The evil sword? Oh,
Yes, The
shit.
evil sword. That's the one.
Fuck. Guys,
That's a good
I'll check
note.
you bitches later.
evil sword. Yeah,
I'll be sure
Gotcha.
to save your
She knew
life
just what she
again.
was gonna say.
she knew exactly what I was gonna say.
I'll drop in when your lives need saving again. Love, Issa.
She better come on something better than a freaking dragon for stealing that stupid sword.
I'm assuming you relay that message to the rest of us.
You're on mute.
I'm on mute.
Oh, or you. Or we
Or
couldn't
I'm
hear
just
you.
too low. Okay. Yes, I relay that message to everybody. I read it out loud.
Yes.
The fool, that sword's gonna curse her.
Micaiah, make a perception check.
Don't know how she'd lift the thing.
That was not a good number. That was a 5.
Can I check the bag of holding to make sure the mask is still in there?
So you reach in, think of the mask, and then your hand, you feel something, and you lift it out, and the mask is there in your hand.
Okay. Not that I don't trust her, but I don't trust her.
Why would you take the sword and leave the mask?
Because she knows we'd probably kill her if we took the mask.
So why take the sword? What's she gonna do with
Because
it?
it kills spellcasters, right?
I mean, it wants to drink the blood of arcane casters.
Yeah. It's
That's
a good
you
weapon.
and me.
Of course, she'll use it.
Whatever. Beware of curses.
Makai, as you're holding the note, you look down and you're like, oh, wait. And then you read further and you see written very tiny at the bottom. It says, just kidding about the sword. Fuck you all for thinking I'd steal it. Love ya, Isa.
That's funny.
Oh, well, it appears she's just playing a joke on us. So, yeah. It should
Good.
still be in the bag. You want to check?
Yeah. No. He doesn't want to touch it. Can I just look in the
Uh,
bag?
Ira will reach into the bag.
All right. Your hand finds the hilt of that sword and you pull it out like, halfway and can see the two, like, jagged, I don't even know what that's called on the sword, but, the sticky outy things.
The cross guard.
There you go.
The guard? Yeah, the guard.
And you see the sword, and it kind of like, as you're holding it, says,
I
"Feed
watch
me their
Forge of
blood."
Fires. I know that it's called a guard.
So like it just even when like the slightest bit of it comes out, it's just like blood, 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 blood.
Yeah.
We just shove it back inside.
That reminds me of something that would be on like Harry Potter or something. Yeah, the sword.
I need
Blood, 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 blood.
somebody to roll me a D100.
Oh,
You
jeez.
wake up this day. I know I'm saying this day, it's because of Ben, but this morning.
55.
All right. Okay. You have your breakfast. You have the whole day to yourself, and as you are standing, you walk out of the main keep at a certain point during the day, and maybe about mid-morning, and strangely, like floating next to you in the middle of the courtyard, but like right in that walkway, you see this stone face, like a head, almost like the what's that famous monument with the stone heads? They're called stone heads.
Is it Easter
Easter
Island?
Island.
There you go.
Easter Island statues. Yeah.
There you go. So almost like that. The stone head, floating in the air.
Cousins of the Flintstones.
It's about twice the size of like an average human head, and it's just like floating. And it comes over and it hovers on the skyway in front of your group, and you hear it say in this very low voice, "You may ask me 3 questions." Just floating there.
Are the rest of you seeing this?
The giant floating head. Yes.
Aye. Okay, good.
Giant question genie.
What was in that breakfast?
Were there any mushrooms in there?
I think we've been dosed.
I wish I knew if this was a normal giant thing.
When it hears you say what was in that breakfast, it says, "In your breakfast
no.
this morning,
Oh,
there were jerky bits from a
Shit.
griffin ride, a crunchy
Damn it.
bread made of the grains," and it tells you what your breakfast was. "You may ask me 2 questions."
Ah, shit.
"No, there were no mushrooms in your breakfast." "You may ask me 1 question."
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
real bad.
floating
Damn it.
there. It's just floating there.
God.
What is the emergency with my daughter?
Whoa!
It looks at
Right?
it turns its head
The rest
to
of
face
us
you,
can't.
Erdnot, and it says, "Your daughter is dead and requires your assistance." And then it just kind of like floats up into the sky, up into the clouds, and disappears.
Well, he has nothing to say to that. He's just gonna stomp away now.
I mean, at least we know we didn't eat shit in our breakfast.
Erdnot has a kid?
There was a mention of rat poop in there, but just a little bit.
Well,
But that's standard.
as long
That's in
as it's
everybody's
under-
breakfast most of the
as long as it was under USDA standards.
Forgotten Realms. Standard.
Our will follow, or not, at a pace, a couple paces away. Until he gets wherever he's gonna go. He's just gonna follow him. It'll speak to him whenever he stops.
He was going to go to the room and try to get some answers from the angel that keeps talking to him.
Okay.
I don't know how to get in contact with him. I guess he's just gonna sit there and scream the name until the vision appears.
So
That means you have to scream in that accent.
you go back to your room.
Wake the
room.
kids.
My throat is too dry to do that.
So you go back to the room. The rest of you all see, obviously, Erdnot. The voice said it to all of you, so now you know that Erdnot has a daughter and the daughter is dead. And you go back to the room and you just yell into the room. But there's no answer.
That's kind of sad.
Arik will knock on the door. And then peek in. That's the door. That's the door right there, creaking open. Very authentic.
Erdnot doesn't answer.
What was that, Cuba?
I said Erdnot does not answer.
I'll crack the door open and I'll walk in and see what I see.
I'm assuming you heard him just yelling a name that I cannot remember or pronounce.
Thulthram.
Dothram!
Are you like not crying, but like angry, like with angry tears, or like what were you? What were you doing?
He's not crying. He's clearly very kerfuffled, but no, there's no tears. There's confusion and anger and impatience.
Cat butts.
Cat butts.
There it is.
Well, then you don't bring all-knowing tiki heads to the table. I was like, the next dumb question, it's like, does this thing really know everything? Yes, and then it floats away. I'm like, all right, let's use our last wish.
I'll look over at Erdnot and tell him, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm curious what this has to do with your cousin asking me to go with you. What does this have to do with me?
I haven't the slightest idea what's going on with anything anymore. What would the dead need my assistance?
Sometimes the dead don't always stay dead. Sometimes the dead can be brought back. Maybe that's what he's hoping for?
We have plenty of clerics in Baldur's Gate, but why Baldur's Gate? None of this makes sense. For all I know, that giant head could be lying.
I knew it was in our breakfast, at least.
He did not laugh.
What the hell is that? Is that the castle? Did the AC of the castle just kick on? Keep things frosty.
Got colder.
I think that was Pat. I think it was his heater. Well, why she wasn't in Boulder's Gate?
No, she was back with the. Ah, fuck! I have not looked at my notes in so long.
What are you asking about?
The other clan.
The Loafbeards
Totally-
in Veer
Yes.
Plains.
She's back with the Loafbeards. Should not be near Baldur's Gate at all.
Maybe she was looking for you. You're in Boulder's Gate. Would she have known that?
Aye, she would have known that, but there's no reason for her to come looking for me. We are in regular communication.
And when was the last time you heard from her?
Before we left in that caravan.
Which was 3 months ago.
Oh yeah. It was a lot longer ago than I just couldn't remember.
Just a reminder.
Maybe she wanted to see her father. Maybe she was trying to
knows that.
surprise you.
We're not like
Well-
humans, boy. No offense. She has a duty and I have a duty.
Well, either way, we should hurry back. Get back there, see what's going on, and obviously your cousin thinks I can help you somehow. I'll help her. One way or another.
Oh. What the fuck did she just do?
Is that her yelling at the ghost again?
Oh, sorry. I don't know what she just did, but she just said.
I muted you.
I'm-
Really?
Am I muted?
No.
Oh no, I'm not. Sorry.
Unmuted you. Because you just stared at the screen going, what the fuck?
Sorry. She walked all over the keyboard.
Brought
Everything's
up like
crazy.
8 more windows.
Probably.
I don't use this computer for that. Sickos.
Computer for that.
All right, we're
You just-
better.
How did she just accidentally type with her paws cougar husbandry across her keyboard?
I can't believe the GM killed my daughter.
I didn't
Cube
do
was like,
anything.
we're gonna have a conversation about this later.
There are so many questions.
Do you have enemies? I mean, believe me, I've plenty, and I know you have. I believe out of play. We talked about that on guard duty, right? About you having a problem with that that group. There's a group.
Shadow.
Yes, that we've talked about that, correct?
Well, they're named after the person who hired the giants to kill my people.
So it's a
But
person.
they don't have a particular.
I thought it was a
they don't
mercenary.
have a particular
Oh.
problem with me. I'm the one hunting them.
Yeah, I was thinking of a different mercenary group. Way back when. Apologies, sorry, I'm going off tangent. But one of the ones that with like the fancy armor or whatever in that camp. Okay. So Arik does know about your problem. I didn't write it down in any notes. That's why I should have. And I believe we talked about it. So, all right. Sorry. Is this related? Do you think? I know you've got this Kefja being person, whatever it is that you're following. Could it be anything to do with that?
I don't know. It's doubtful. The clans have redoubled their fortifications since that day. It would be foolish to attack us.
Well, think about it. and we'll see what happens when we get there. Then Ark will just tap him on the shoulder and walk out the room because I can't think of anything else to say. Man, sorry about your daughter. Sorry your daughter got croaked.
Sorry, guy. I'm just looking back at my notes real quick.
So you all watched Erdnot and Arik leave. Are you? It's the second day. Are you attempting to have a conversation with Blagothkus about the prisoners?
I'm not. I want to go exploring anywhere that I haven't looked in the castle.
Okay.
Come on, Vidani, let's go check this place out. New boots.
Oh man.
All right.
Ernot hasn't seen her since she was 41.
I like rolled a 1. Sorry about your daughter. Let's adventure. And
All right.
I said sorry about your daughter.
Just kind of unspoken. I'm assuming Zan and Ark are gonna train once a day, whenever they can.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll have to look at my notes because I don't remember. I forget. I have it in the one note, but basically, like, I think you have up to 3 hours a day, right?
Pretty sure. I think that's the most.
I actually put it in the read list, or no?
Oh, that's why. That's why, because the thing actually just popped up. This is in the cult of the hired out individuals to aid the cult of the dragon from the mercenary group known as Cash's Shadow. I was like, why the hell would I think that it's a That's why. Sorry. I just saw it pop up, and I was like, I couldn't remember because it happened so long ago when we were at that roadhouse when me and
3 hours.
our characters had talked about it. Sorry.
All right, Abaddon, are you looking for anything in particular?
Mm-mm. Just fucking around.
All right.
Unless I can find anything shiny.
Roll an investigation check as you're kind of going through the various barracks, the tower over on the lower left right hand side there. You stay away from the middle area where the ogres are. Oh shit.
Oh shit, bud.
Yeah.
I got the goodies. I got some goodies.
Spending some time, you are able to. I'm gonna roll on here. Over the course of a full day, why won't this roll? Alright, this isn't working. I will tell you what you find after, because this isn't working.
Okay.
But you are able to find some loot and items. This is not working. Son of a bitch.
Is she looking through that tower that I found that book in?
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe she can find some more half finished. Maybe she'll find some drawings to go into it.
That is
Really
the
bad
only
stick figures.
that is the only thing that you do find. It was the book.
Me?
Yeah. Well, you already found the book. There's nothing else to go with it.
Oh.
I already
Yeah, you already
tried
found
to do
it.
that.
So
I have to draw my own boobs.
Ark will just draw me like one of your French girls. I'm done.
So you are able to find Abaddon. You find a whetstone that's in very good shape for sharpening equipment, and you are also able to find a mess kit. Not necessarily, and it's like got all the fixins. It has all the little pieces that someone would need in order to be able to use it. And in addition to that, you find You find about like scattered throughout about 30 gold pieces, just like underneath people's beds, and like you are able to like gather together throughout the day just a bunch of like loose change essentially as you go. And then, of course, you also are able to find the stash, like when you go down into the cavern where the hoard is, you find the stack of paintings. They're not all from that one painter, but you are able to find about 8 paintings that all are of Neverwinter in various stages, either at night with the tentacles coming up out of the ground, during the day from a different angle, like up on a mountain looking down, like all these different views. And when you lay them out side by side, what you notice is that studying them, you see that the name Bond, that is the painter's name, signature, is actually written in 2 different handwritings. So sometimes it's got this like flourish to it, and other times it's just this very simple, like almost capital letters, just handwritten script, BOND. So it appears as you're looking at it that like there are 2 different painters with the same name. And with that roll, looking at the paintings, you do start to notice as you kind of just sit there and study these paintings, like 2 separate styles. The flourishy one signature seems to almost focus more on the nighttime and the tentacles rising up out of the ground, where the more just straight signature is kind of like Neverwinter during the day and Neverwinter during the festival of whatever the fuck festival it is. And here is the keep. So just 2 different styles and 2 different focuses.
Are any of the tentacles or the things like that in the like the daytime paintings, like the
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arik, actually, you also need to roll me a d10.
Ah, rough. Ooh, that's a 3.
Okay. Nope, you had nightmares that were unpleasant throughout the night, but you were able to sleep. Zan would have probably noticed you not having a good rest. Same with Vidania, but Zan seems to be the only one who asks you about it.
Were they the same type of nightmares
It's always the
that I had
same.
before?
Yeah, it's always
the
the
same?
same thing. It's always the same vision, that shadow with the creepy smile. Now, the smile is new. The smile is new since the fight with the Red Wizards. It's almost like an add-on from that experience. Before it was more just like a faceless shadow that was whispering in your ear, but it's almost as if the scene, you go to sleep at night, you wake up in the morning, and the scene only plays once. So you don't know, time means nothing in your dreams, but it's not that it repeats over and over again throughout the night. It's just one scene, and then suddenly you're awake. But all you can hear are the screams from your family.
I'll be very disappointed when I wake up, because the night previous was the night after we had killed, so we thought, those wizards, and he didn't have any bad dreams after that, so
Yeah.
he was under the impression I was under the impression that that would have stopped it. So I'll be very melancholy. I'll be very melancholy and disappointed when, when he wakes up. Yeah. Is
At least your
this
daughter's
is a
not
st- true. I mean, I can't fuck with that. Is there any way that when Arik and Zan are done training, if Zan wants to go, if they could check out that treasure hoard one more time?
Oh yeah, you guys have easy access to the treasure hoard. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Some sort of medium armor, preferably half plate, is what I'm gonna have my eyes out for.
Let me real quick.
And I'll try to enlist Zan in helping me.
All right.
Sorry, I was talking. Thinking.
What was that? Did that mean
Sorry.
All right. Let me see here. Okay, you can roll an investigation check.
I roll another nat 1. Yeah, that's a 8.
Not 8. Yeah, as you guys are looking through here, let's see, hold on. You see, you start to see a pattern. A lot of the armor that is in this hoard is ceremonial with gems inlaid and decorative. There are scabbards that have like continual flame that's inlaid in them with this like beautifully painted like gold paint. There are copper statues. The weapons and actual armor that you would use don't seem to be as much in here as you would hope. It's almost as if like all of that has been put somewhere else. And this is more of a hoard of not necessarily useful items, but gems. There are ornate silver mirrors with aquamarine gems inlaid in the handles, and there's like random stuff in there, like wigs and chests that you can't really tell if they have anything in them or not. They're just like in the ice, feet back. You see like large catapults in there. So
what kind of wigs?
you see all kinds of wigs. I mean, there are. Well, I have an exact number of wigs that are in there. So, what kind of wig are you looking for?
Something with long hair, long dark hair, something that would match his beard.
Okay.
Just something that would match the beard, dark brown, black.
So all of this stuff is encased in the ice. So you do see all different types of wigs. And I'm sure that there's a long, dark-haired one in there. Out of 16 wigs that are in the ice, there's at least one of them that has long, dark hair.
The cult really thought wigs were pretty, valuable, apparently.
There are carpets and rugs and rings and cages. There's a lot of stuff in there. You see...
Well, if it's encased in ice and I'll have to spend hours getting out, he won't bother.
Yes, it depends. Depends on how you try to get it.
Nah, he doesn't have the time. Fuck it. He's gonna just walk away.
Alright.
It's worth a shot.
I don't know if Makai is there. Makai, are you still there?
No, it says she had to leave at 11:30 because she
Oh,
has to
okay.
wake up early.
Alright. I was gonna ask her a question. Okay. Alright, anything else on this day?
Ernot would be keeping mostly to himself, and he would have gone back and dug through the Red Wizard's Tower again, looking through the books or anything, seeing if there's anything about like any books about raising the dead or anything of that relation?
All of the books and everything that was in that tower. So when you go into that tower by the second day, it's pretty much scarce. There is almost nothing in there. All of the books and everything have been brought down to the horde, and not necessarily in the most gentle way. Make an investigation check.
I'm rolling like Eric.
You are able to find just some scraps of like the books are getting wet and just a little bit hard to read. You do find some mention of raising the dead, but it seems to be more from a devils and necromancy. So raise dead, regardless of the usage, is in the school of necromancy, but this seems to be more of a how to raise kind of zombies. Anything that you are able to find is more nefarious than helpful.
Am I at the cave now where I
in
found
the cave,
this?
yeah, in the cave.
Okay.
You're gonna
And
turn
then-
into the governor. You're gonna turn into the governor from freaking Walking Dead.
And then I guess while I'm at the cave, also after everyone's gone back and looted it again, he's going in by himself because he just wants to be alone, and he's just gonna go and I guess he's gonna hug everything he can find, see if there's anything magical that might be useful to him. It's how you. It's like, nope, not warm. Nope, not tingly. Nope.
Make one more investigation check. Avedon. On this evening.
Hey, there we go.
There you go.
Got shit for books, but maybe I can find something magical.
You so Avedon. I'm just gonna pivot over to Avedon real quick. As you're sitting there looking at these paintings. Sorry, I gotta pull up my notes. You would notice that it had been kind of quiet for a little bit, at least for the past like 18 hours. That's pretty long for this guy in your head. And while you're sitting there looking at the paintings, you hear, "What are you looking at?"
Am I alone down here at this point, or are the guys like timing wise?
It's like the cavern is like 200 feet across almost, and we'll say Erdnot's down there, but he's like doing his own. He's like, you can see him like picking things up and then like putting them against his skin and then dropping them and like going over to the next thing and like picking it up and like dropping it. He's not paying attention to you.
Okay. I'll say, what does it look like?
And the voice says, "I honestly have no idea." And this is in Draconic. Listen. I have a simple request. Since I saved your life and you agreed. Remember, you agreed.
I remember. Shoot. What do you want?
My request is simple. Bring me home and let me say a proper goodbye to my kin. My name is Babo Gazaksu. I was like, I have to learn how to say this name. Babo Gazaksu of the Scaly Jet Tribe. I was known for my incredible strength and my long, flowing, beautiful golden hair, which I took immaculate care of.
Somewhere else in this castle, Ark winces and just slowly rubs his bald head.
When you blasted me and my kin, without a word of warning I might add, sending searing pain coursing through my body and leaving nothing but a blackened shell behind, I was only a day away from returning home to my mate, Diz. We had only recently become bound to each other, and had planned on spending the night fishing together under the stars. Maybe secretly behead some stray disgusting frogs. And then you happened to and took that away from me. I want you to return to the scaly death and let me see Diz. I have some final words to say to them, and I will use you as a vessel to do so before I go to the realm of Samuana. Tell your companions. This is not something you can do alone, Snow Demon. You owe me for saving your life, despite taking mine. Tell them to help us so I may move on.
Abaddon will have crumbled into a little ball by that point and just say, I heard everything you said. I heard what you wanted. I'll do my best to talk to them and see if we can do it.
You
But what
do
if they don't
more than your
agree?
best. Do it.
What if they don't agree? What if they don't want to?
Then you must find
can't
someone
go
else.
Ugh. How do we get there?
I know the way. It's in the Mirror of Dead Men. I can get you there.
Okay. And I'll just kind of sniffle.
If you do this, when you ask, I will lend my strength to you in times of need until we get to my home.
How long is the journey?
I suppose that's entirely up to you.
Okay, Bob.
Yeah, all right, I guess you can call me Bob. Or not, in the meantime, you find you at one point are shuffling through and you feel that warmth and you're like and you kind of dig through and you pull out this belt and it doesn't look like anything special. It's just this like leather belt with a almost like a rusted but maybe not chrome buckle on it. And
This will raise the dead.
no, it will not. And I'll add that to your inventory. It does have that familiar property.
Hoping for a canister with a spell scroll of true resurrection.
That would be so easy.
That's not.
Whoops, there it is.
All right.
Oh, DM, I forgot to ask, when Zan was down there, did you want him to do a roll?
Is he looking for anything in particular?
He was gonna look for the potato,
Oh, okay.
and then anything that would do anything for his dex or unarmed attacks.
All right. Roll investigation.
It's 18 plus 4, 22.
As you are pushing through, searching for things. There's just no sign of that potato. There's no taters in there.
Just
But
hoping to find the tater for Miss Taterbrush.
you do not. Yeah, you don't find that. You do find. As you're pushing through, you hear like a clink, and you shove some of the coins aside and lift up a potion that emanates a little bit of heat in and of itself, and swirling it around, it's like a deep red. And you do find a superior healing potion in. And as you're looking at it, you're like, I don't understand how this didn't get cracked, but it somehow got into the pile of shit there. But no tater.
No taters.
Alright. And I'm going to skip ahead to day 3, just to get you guys moving on this. You move throughout your day. You guys got your 3 hours of training in. On your 3rd day, Zan, as you guys all get ready in the morning, have your food. You walk out onto the main skyway, and I just pull up my notes again, of course.
And the head is back.
No.
Mhm.
No. So that was a complete random roll. So
I know.
I was not expecting to have that happen. So Zan, you step outside onto the main skyway, and when you do, you look over, and there's a very strange sight on the 3rd morning. There's a black raven that's perched on the wall, and when you walk out, its head like jerks to see you, and then it flitters down and lands right in front of you. And you know, as it lands at your feet, pretty much the only thing you can think is like, how did it get all the way up here? And but nevermore. So the raven lands about a dozen paces from you, and then it like boldly hops up, and there is a flat parcel that's wrapped in oilskin strapped to its belly, and it eyes you enigmatically, as this text says, for a few moments, and then it speaks in a very familiar voice. It says, Xander Hunson, I hope you are well. This is Leosin. As soon as you can, please send back this bird with a written update on what you have found. Please also use the gift this bird brings to meet me in Waterdeep in 10 days with your companions.
Zan will take the parchment and write as much as he can of the important things. Speaking of the 5 masks, that we have one of them. We took out Resmia, and we're currently on our way to Baldur's Gate.
Okay. And when you open up the oilskin, you see that there was blank paper, but then there was also a spell scroll. Unfortunately, you cannot read it, so when you open it, all the things are shifting and everything, but you know that you could probably give it to Abaddon and she would be able to read it. And I'm gonna just have you give me like a bulleted out what you tell them in the letter, so that I know what he knows by the time you see him. Like later. Not now, sorry.
Yeah.
Not to put you on the spot. Alright, you strap that to the raven, and it does the bird thing of cocking its head a couple of times, and then it just goes, flies off. And we will pick up on the 3rd day, hopefully on Tuesday. And see what you guys want to do with your last full day on the castle.
Fucking magic, man. Who needs cell phones when you got fucking ravens, magic ravens, and telegraphic mental voicemails.
All without Facebook, social media.
So, thank you to everybody who stuck with us. Our giveaway this month is a digital version of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which you can take the redemption key and you can gift it to somebody else. You can use it yourself, and then if you have the hero tier or whatever it is, you can share it with your fellow players. So just something to keep in mind. Next month we have a physical gift that we'll be sending out to everyone. So stay tuned for our New Year's gift. So thank you to everybody who watched. Let's see. We're gonna raid Maddie Morg because it's been a little bit. And we'll be back on Tuesday. I'll be back on Monday to actually do an NPC creation with the Unicorn DM. Finally, after I kept pushing it off. Thanks, Loophole King. I see you. Thank you for joining us. So we're
Thanks,
gonna.
roll the one.
Thank you to everybody who hangs out with us every session or just intermittently. We appreciate all the views. So we're gonna run over to Maddie Morg's and we will see you on Tuesday. And again, if you want to hang out while we do some NPC creation with the Unicorn DM, Monday I will be doing that. So,
Do it.
bye.
See you later. Thanks, guys.
Bye.